Ms. Belisca?
Present.
Mr. DeSarno?
Here.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Here.
Mayor Morgan?
Here.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Here.
Mr. Cogan?
Here.
Mrs. McKnight? Here.
Okay, let's salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's a public meeting in the Borough Council, Borough of New Providence, County of Union, State of New Jersey. Adequate notice has been given in accordance with PL 1975. Chapter 231, that annual notice of revision was made in conformance with Section 13 of the Act. Before we start, I just wanted to say that last week was National Volunteer Week. And, you know, I know we all have volunteers on the fire department and rescue squad, and we thank them profusely. But, you know, we have a lot of other volunteers that help us out with all the boards and committees that we have. So I just want to thank everybody who volunteers their time to make this community the best it can be. I'd also like to say a longtime planning board chairman, Walter Edmonds, passed away a couple of weeks ago. And I just want to have a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Okay, we have ordinance number 2. Denise, please read the title.
Ordinance 2023-2 is an ordinance amending Chapter 147 of the Code of the Borough of New Providence entitled Fees and Licenses.
Have a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
What this is amending the vendor escrow for off-duty police officers. If anybody wishes to address that ordinance and that ordinance only, please raise their hand. Seeing no one, I declare the public hearing closed. Roll call, please.
Ms. Belisca?
Aye.
Mr. DeSarno?
Aye.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Cogan?
Yes.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 3. Please read the title.
Ordinance 2023-03 is an ordinance by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of New Providence amending the Borough of New Providence Code of Ordinances to repeal Chapter 281 Flood Damage Prevention Section 281-1 through 281-19, to adopt a new Chapter 280 Management, Section 281-1 through 281-17, to flood hazard maps. Date.
And designates a floodplain administrator. If anybody has any questions, yes, Alan.
Alan Swanson, 47 Overhill Road. Just a quick comment to stormwater management, particularly through Rutgers. They have an excellent program there. And so, and of course, my emphasis would be on green infrastructure, something that we could use. We're ripe for using green infrastructure in New Providence. And I hope that you will charge the new administrator to take a hard look at that approach at storm management in New Providence. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Anyone else? See no one, I declare the public comments closed. Did we get a motion?
No.
Motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Belisca?
Aye.
Mr. DeSarno?
Aye.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Cogan?
Yes.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Okay. Ordinance 04. Please read the title.
Ordinance 2023-4 is calendar year 2023 ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank, NJSA 40A 4-45.14.
Okay, can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. What this is a ordinance which allows for the budget to exceed 1% of the 2022 budget and establishes a cap bank for funds not appropriated as part of the final budget. If anybody has any comments about this ordinance and this ordinance only, seeing no one, I declare the hearing closed. Roll call, please.
Ms. Belisca?
Aye.
Mr. DeSarno?
Aye.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Cogan?
Yes.
Mrs. Belisca? I'm sorry, Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution 111, please read the title.
Resolution 2023-111, Borough of New Providence self-examination of budget resolution.
Okay, this is attesting that the governing body of New Providence has found a budget and has met requirements set forth in NJAC 50:30-76A and 76.6B, based upon the Chief Financial Officer's certification. Have a motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Should we go? Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Belisca?
Aye.
Mr. DeSarno?
Aye.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Cogan?
Yes.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I'm looking for my, where are the rules? Okay, Lisa's.
I'll start it off.
Go ahead.
Mayor, I have a resolution regarding the reading of the budget.
Denise, please read the title of Resolution 112.
Resolution 2023-112, resolution to read budget by title. Whereas NJSA 40A:4-8 provides that the budget shall be read in full at the public hearing, or that it may be read by its title only if, at least 1 week prior to the date of the public hearing and at the hearing, a complete copy of the approved budget shall be made available for public inspection and shall be available to each person upon request. Now therefore be it resolved by the governing body of the Borough of New Providence that it is hereby declared that the conditions of NJSA 40A:4-8 as set forth in subsection 1 have been met, and therefore the budget for 2023 shall be read by title only. Let's see, Lisa.
Lisa?
I offer the foregoing resolution and move its adoption.
I second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Belisca?
Aye.
Mr. DeSarno?
Aye.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Cogan?
Yes.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Okay, resolution is adopted, and I need a motion to open the hearing on the budget.
So moved. Or I move the budget hearing to be open.
I second the motion.
Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Belisca?
Aye.
Mr. DeSarno?
Aye.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Cogan?
Yes.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Mayor, this is the time fixed for the public hearing on the municipal budget and tax resolution for 2023. The budget was approved by governing body on March 28th, 2023, was advertised as required by law on April 12th, 2023, together with notice of hearing for this time. Printed copies have been made available to the public during the past week.
Okay, before opening this hearing, I wish to outline the procedures. Each person desiring to be heard will rise, give their name and address before speaking. I will recognize one speaker at a time in order of rising, and nearly as I can determine. Address all questions to the chair. Where necessary, they will be referred to by individual members of the governing body or municipal officials. Questions must be confined solely to the municipal budget before us. School or county matters are not proper subjects of this hearing and cannot be discussed or answered here tonight. I now declare the public hearing on the municipal budget and tax resolution for 2023. Okay. Anybody have questions? Go ahead, Alan.
Alan Swanson, 47 Overhill Road. I don't have a question. I have a comment related to some things that I've said over the past year. In the budget on the document, sheet 26 on the document that's on the website, it indicates that the American Rescue Funds are being used for various streets and road improvements. That's fine. I don't have a comment on that. My comment is that the $710,000 is mentioned there. And in the past, when I've brought this up last year and beginning in this year, in terms of having citizen input, Councilman Komisky indicated that it wasn't a large sum of money, that if it was a larger sum of money, that there would be more consideration of citizen input. I'll point out that the $710,000 by the very document, the presentation related to the budget indicated that the average home price in New Providence is $700,000. And I think that the people that own those homes think that it's a significant amount of money. I've presented a number of times that the intent of the American Rescue Funds, as clearly stated when it was passed, was to provide an opportunity for citizens to provide input into the use of those funds, and that the funds were hopefully going to be directed to issues related to COVID-19 and the negative impact. The reason I'm not commenting on the use of the money is that the use of the money may be totally appropriate. My issue has been the inability to accept that it would be welcoming to have input from the citizens into the use of that money. The result may very well have been the same. So I guess I'm just expressing some disappointment that never happened. It was an opportunity to involve citizens last year and this year in that process that doesn't often appear in the budget process, as evidenced by the number of people who are here to participate in this hearing. So that's all that I really wanted to express. I didn't have any questions. So thank you.
Thank you, Alan.
I'd just like to clarify that I did not say that it was not a significant amount of money, therefore we shouldn't have asked for anyone's input. It was not a comment that I made.
Well, you indicated that there were other towns that had
So
millions of
what I
dollars, and
indicated
that
was
if there was
that
millions of dollars.
the amount of money and the amount of residents that receive art money is a requirement of having citizen input. It was a recommendation for those that were under those amounts to have a citizen input, just a recommendation.
Oh, no, I understand
Okay.
that.
Okay, so
No,
I just want to.
I'm and that my point is that it would have been great to take the opportunity to take that recommendation and use it as a vehicle to provide additional input from the citizens. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else wishing to address council on the budget? Seeing no one, I declare the hearing closed. Okay,
Mayor, I move to I move that the hearing be closed.
I second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Belisca?
Aye.
Mr. DeSarno?
Aye.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Cogan?
Yes.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes. Mayor, I request that the deputy clerk be instructed to read section 2, the adoption resolution for the budget.
Please read the resolution.
This long, bear with me here. Be it resolved by the Borough Council members of the Borough of New Providence, County of Union, that the budget hereinbefore set forth is hereby adopted and shall constitute an appropriation for the purpose stated of the sums therein set forth as appropriations and authorization of the amount as follows. For municipal purposes, $15,554,278.44. For open space, recreation, farmland, and historic preservation trust fund levy, $147,140. Minimum library tax, $1,119,602. Summary of revenues are as follows. General revenues, surplus anticipated $4,250,000. Miscellaneous revenues anticipated $4,843,754.90. Receipts from delinquent taxes, $225,000. Amount to be raised by taxation for municipal purposes, $15,554,278.44. Amount to be raised by taxation, minimum library tax, $1,119,602. Total revenues, $25,992,635.34. General appropriations within caps. Operations including contingent is $15,303,253. Deferred charges and statutory expenditures, $2,254,654. General appropriations excluded from caps. Total appropriations, $2,453,478.34. Capital improvements, $1,163,535. Municipal debt service, $2,667,715. Reserve for uncollected taxes, $2,150,000. Total appropriations, $25,992,635.34. It is hereby certified that the within budget is a true copy of the municipal budget finally adopted by resolution of the governing body on the 25th day of April 2023. It is further certified that each item of revenue and appropriation is set forth in the same amount and by the same title as appeared in the 2023 approved budget, and all amendments thereto, if any, which have been previously approved by the Director of Local Government Services. The end.
Alrighty then, I offer the foregoing resolution and move its adoption.
I second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Belisca?
Aye.
Mr. DeSarno?
Aye.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Cogan?
Okay, the resolution is adopted. Lisa and Diane for being on the finance committee and council giving their input. Jim, thank you for all you do. He's our CFO, Jim Testa, and Bernadette and Wendy and Denise and all of you. I know the amount of work that you put into this. And, you know, you make our life easy. And I really appreciate everything that you do. So thank you, and we'll move on to more fun things like proclamations. Well, not
Oh, wait, we gotta do the SID.
Well,
Just one more resolution there.
oh, I forgot that one. Not too much fun yet. Okay, resolution 113, please read the title.
Keep going.
Resolution 2023-113 is a resolution adopting the 2023 Authority Budget Resolution, New Providence Special Improvement District fiscal year from January 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023.
Okay, this is for the special improvement district of amount of $73,560.20. If anybody has any comments on this ordinance and this ordinance only, seeing no one, I declare the public hearing closed. Motion, please.
Motion,
So moved.
so moved.
Second.
So moved. A
Okay.
second?
Yep, roll call, please.
Ms. Belisca?
Aye.
Mr. DeSarno?
Aye.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Cogan?
Yes.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
I know. Easy breezy. I kept saying I second the motion, so. I moved.
Okay. Proclamation recognizing Mental Health Awareness Month, 2023. Whereas mental health is essential to everyone's overall health and well-being, and whereas mental illnesses are real and prevalent in our nation, and half of us will have a mental health diagnosis at some point in our lives. And whereas all Americans experience times of difficulties and stress in their lives and should feel comfortable in seeking help and support to manage these times. And whereas engaging in prevention, early identification, and early intervention are as effective ways to reduce the burden of mental illnesses as they are to reduce the burden of other chronic conditions. And whereas there is a strong body of research that identifies behavioral health risks and supports specific tools that all Americans can use to protect their health and well-being. And whereas with effective treatment before stage 4, all individuals with mental illnesses, even serious mental illnesses, can make progress towards recovery and lead full, productive lives. And whereas jails and prisons have often become the default places of custodial care for even nonviolent people with serious mental illnesses. And whereas each business, school, government agency, healthcare provider, organization, and citizen has a responsibility to promote mental health and well-being for all. Therefore, I, Alan Morgan, do hereby proclaim May 2023 as Mental Health Month in the Borough of New Providence. And as mayor of the Borough of New Providence, I also call upon the citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, and schools in the Borough of New Providence to recommit our community to increasing awareness and understanding of mental health, the steps of our citizens can take to protect mental health, and the need for appropriate and accessible services for all people with mental illnesses. Well, Debbie, I want to thank you and Nadine and Lisa. You guys got this off the ground, and we really appreciate the work that you're doing. And we know mental illness, we can see it in the recent events that's happening in our country, that it's well needed. So, thank you. You want to say a few words?
Yeah, I do, thank you. I'm delighted to be standing before you the week before Mental Health Awareness Month to recognize this and to share the new committee that we formed and the programs that we have for the month. A big thank you to Nadine and Lisa, who have supported from our vision from early on, discussions in municipal alliance meetings to helping us navigate being a new committee in town. Thank you to all the borough who have helped us get this whole committee started and figure things out. I appreciate your patience. I'm thrilled that we were able to apply and receive $7,500 grant funding to support what we're trying to do. Our mission is to reduce the stigma of mental health in our community by promoting an understanding through education, advocacy, and awareness, and connecting people to resources to give them hope and help. It's my vision that we can try to get the community to understand and believe that their mental health is just as important as their physical health. Our committee started meeting last fall. We have more than 13 active committee members who are deeply passionate about mental health and helping our community. They're smart, they're talented, they're professional, and quite frankly, amazing, some of these people. Excited to introduce the activities for Mental Health Awareness Month. I'm not gonna mention them all, but I'll just mention a few things, like a kindness campaign with green ribbons where our community can participate by doing a random act of kindness, a poster contest for our youth, a new mental health library collection in partnership with our libraries, and a Paint the Town Green campaign with our businesses. And we will march together, the committee, in the Memorial Day parade as well. So we'll come back to you soon to the council to discuss the rest of the year's programs. We've got exciting things that we're planning, for example, around suicide prevention. And then one other thing I'd like to ask council and anyone within the borough is to consider supporting the program by participating in the QPR training that's been happening. It's a suicide prevention program. We have one June 5th, so anyone more information about that, it's an excellent program that teaches you how to recognize someone in crisis, how to talk to them, and how to direct them to help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, Debbie.
You know, sometimes it's just tough reading those things. Okay, we have correspondence, Union County Department of Engineering, giving us a notice of mosquito control, as they do every summer. Yanji Wang and Yanji Zhang, Board of Adjustment, Carlos Santos, at the county seal, and Kevin McAloon for Board of Adjustment. Any comments on that? Okay, need approval of minutes for March 28th, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
No, so be it. Okay, let's go to council business. Lisa, administration.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2023-114 is a resolution of the Borough of New Providence authorizing the purchase of natural gas supply services for public use on an online auction website. Resolution 2023-115 is a resolution authorizing an agreement between the Borough of New Providence and Garden State Fireworks for the Independence Day fireworks exhibition. This will not exceed $13,200. So we're all excited to have fireworks back on July 3rd. So this is a contract between the borough and Garden State Fireworks for that. Resolution 2023-116 is a resolution authorizing agreement between the Borough of New Providence and the County of Union regarding road closure of county roads for community events. This resolution seeks permission from Union County to close Springfield Avenue and South Street for some of the following purposes. So on Monday, May 29th, we'll have the Memorial Day Parade. On Monday, July 3rd is the fireworks. Sunday, October 29th will be the street fair. And Friday, November 24th, the holiday festival.
Okay. Nadine, Advisory Committee.
Okay, thank you very much. So before I read this resolution, I want to take a second to thank Debbie, Merrick, and the committee, as well as the administration. A lot of work has gone into what this next resolution is. And basically, we are now, having heard the proclamation, we're doing exactly what the proclamation says. We're working together as a borough, we're working with our schools, we're working with our businesses to try to really bring mental health awareness to as many of our residents as possible. So this resolution is 2023-117. It's a resolution approving the request of the New Providence Mental Health Advocacy and Education Advisory Committee to sponsor community events during May of 2023. Okay, so first, we're looking to display green ribbons on our downtown light poles, a park banner and yard signs. As in accordance with our current borough policy, the ribbons and banners will be out for 2 weeks. Participating in the New Providence Memorial Day Parade. So we'll have the Mental Health Committee walking together on May 29th. Working with the library on a book display, book donation, social media hashtag campaign, random act of kindness tree. So the ribbons will have a QR code on them that will direct people to random act of kindness. But then there's also going to be a tree, a physical tree in the library where people can take random acts of kindness as well. So it's very nice. I'll get out to as many people as possible. We will hold a poster contest in conjunction with community activities department. We will be working with the businesses, as we said. So we're looking to engage with the Business and Professional Association and the other business members in town to support and raise awareness. We'll be giving some suggestions of ideas of ways that we can implement bringing green into their businesses. Like nail salons can paint nails green. They can have some sort of green dessert or what have you, just to promote it and to really just get the word out there. And I think that will definitely engage the consumers as they come in to recognize what we're working on there. And a 1-week social media campaign. Of course, all of this will need to be approved by the borough administration as we go. And there will be mental health press releases as well to just get the word out there and work with as many people. So we'll be working with the library, we'll be working with businesses, we'll be working with the schools. We'll be, there will be green in many places throughout the month. So I think everybody will be aware that we are working towards mental health education for all and everything that the resolution or the proclamation said. So thank you again, Debbie, for your passion and commitment.
Yeah, thank you, Debbie. I gotta say, it's one of the hardest working committees I've come across.
Without a doubt.
And because this is a new committee, we're both learning as we go. But it's been a fabulous experience and you guys are doing a great job.
And I'll just improve as we go. So thank you.
Okay, community activities, Pete.
Thanks, Mayor. Resolution 2023-118 is a resolution approving payment number 1 for Robert W. Is that Wagish? Is that how you pronounce that? Wagish Landscaping Contractor, Inc. in the amount of $11,690 for the Warner Field cricket pitch site preparation. You'll recall that this is a project that Council Comiskey has led in our community. Resolution 2023-119, salary resolution. This is a salary resolution for summer camp counselors, instructors, and enrichment camps. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. Alex, engineering.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2023-120, resolution approving final payment for Franklin Floors in the amount of $15,344 for the second floor bathroom renovation. Final payment for Franklin Floors. I believe the bathroom project administration is happy, or the users. Resolution 2023-121. Resolution of the Borough of New Providence awarding a contract for the DeCorso Senior Center re-roofing project. This resolution is awarding DeCorso Center roofing project to Northeast Roof and Maintenance in the amount of $96,500. There were 7 bids that were received for this project, ranging from $96,000 to $183,000. And the lowest numeric bid submitted by Neela Carpentry Masonry was materially defective and rejected. Resolution 2023-122, resolution refunding cost of construction permit number 23-34570. This is authorizing a partial refund of $865 for a construction permit. The homeowner was assessed a charge of $1,081 for plan review fees that were completed prior to deciding against proceeding with the renovation.
Well, Lisa, you had enough to do tonight, but you got to do finance.
That's fine, that's fine. Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2023-123 is a resolution authorizing payment of the attached bills payable list in the amount of $3,482,521.60. Some of these significant items on this bill this month was the Board of Ed, $1,362,025. That was the April appropriation. State of New Jersey for $1,060,555. That's the annual employer PFRS contribution. State of New Jersey for $536,799, and that's our annual employee, or actually I should say the annual employer PERS contribution. We have the library's monthly appropriation for $93,300. And Cefelli and Sons, $53,498. That's for sidewalks and curbing. That's it.
Okay, Nadine, Municipal Alliance.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2023-124 is a resolution approving submission to the Union County Division of Planning for grant funds for the Municipal Alliance for fiscal year 2024. So this resolution authorizes us to submit a strategic plan for the Alliance for the fiscal year 2024. In the amount of the DEDR money is $9,888. Our cash match from the borough is $2,472, and our in-kind amount is $7,416. I believe that's pretty much in line with where it has been. Resolution 2023-125 is a resolution of the Borough of New Providence, County of Union, State of New Jersey, submission of an application for the DMHAS grant funding year 2024. So also for the Municipal Alliance, this authorizes submission of an application for the DMHAN grant funding for the grant term 2, which is 9/1/23 to September 30th, 25, in the amount of $3,403.
Thank you. Okay, we have a taxi license, My Summit Taxi. The application was properly prepared and reviewed. Resolution 126, supporting the New Jersey statewide 2023 You Drive, You Tax, You Pay. And I think we've seen that all through town this week. Resolution 127 is to participate in a LEAP implementation grant program. What that is, the county, now that we're going with the county dispatch center the coming year, there's going to be things that we have to transition, hardware, things like that. This is pulling in, there's a couple other towns besides New Providence getting into this, and they're filling out the grant to lower the transitioning costs that it's going to take. Resolution 128, approving amendment for the County of Union for a drug recognition expert call-out program. And this kind of ties into the mental health thing. It's a pilot program. There will be an expert that will be our drug recognition expert, which will be covering Scotch Plains, Mountainside, New Providence, and Berkeley Heights, and will be on call for any situations that police come up with. And we were just talking to the chief, and he said some of these interactions that they come across can take our officers up to 4 to 5 hours to get through. And with this person, it seems that they're able to get things done like within an hour. So it saves on manpower. I think it's a good program. And we're going to try it out up here in what they call the western side of the county. So Public Works, Alex.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2023-129, resolution employing summer help in the Borough of New Providence. This resolution is rehiring Ryan Glatz at a rate of $17 an hour, hiring Liam Cahill and Liam Henn at the rate of $15 per hour. through August 25th, 2023 as summer help in the Department of Public Works. Resolution 2023-130, resolution approving requisition number R2300794 for Rainer Air Conditioning and Heating in the amount not to exceed $18,900 for replacement of the HVAC unit. This resolution, the HVAC unit is at the Municipal Center for the Recreation Department. Resolution 2023-131, resolution approving requisition R2300767 for rapid pump and meter service in an amount not to exceed $33,690 from Bergen County Co-op contract number 21-13 for the wastewater treatment bar screen installation. I think apart from the budget approval and the mental health awareness proclamation, this is probably the most exciting piece of equipment that we're approving today. So this is approving the installation of a bar screen at the wastewater treatment plant by Rapid Pump. And they need it, and I'll explain that later. Resolution 2023-132, resolution authorizing the sale of property no longer needed for public use on an online auction website. So this resolution authorizes the sale of the property through auction for items no longer used by the borough.
Okay, seeing no discussion items, committee reports. Public safety, like I said, we just had a meeting with the chief, and I'm excited about, the pilot program that's coming. I think it's well needed. The other thing, we had the police auction of bicycles. It was pretty interesting. I mean, there were some really, really nice bikes there, and people were getting them for like, $1, $50. But the one thing that was nice is that years ago, they used to just get rid of the bicycles. Now they have a place in Plainfield where they can donate the bicycles, and they fix up the bicycles and give them to needy children, which I thought was really good. Be careful out there. I think we all know that there's a lot of road maintenance going on with the gas pipes. I've never seen so many roads torn up at one time. And I know our engineer is working with PSC&J to get a paving schedule done. Please be patient and please be careful, especially you, Alan, on your bike. Make sure you wear that helmet because, there's holes all over the place.
Get the youth to wear the helmets.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I have. Diane?
Thank you, Mayor. So the borough is putting together an additional volunteer advisory committee to review our franchise agreement with Comcast. The opportunity will be listed in the coming days on our website. The Sustainability Committee, we had our Green Fair on Saturday in Centennial Park, which was an amazing event. Approximately 300 volunteers, vendors, and participants were in attendance. Thank you to the mayor and council for all of your support. The amazing committee was led by Doug and Kathleen, whom I'm really excited to work with. And our borough team led by Allison Smith. One thing of note, there was a vendor there, Avenues in Motion, and they were one of our booths. And they walked the center of our town, and they were really impressed with all the safety and traffic calming measures that the borough has implemented. So that was a nice comment from them. Green Awards, we had 3 businesses, Tap Into New Providence, Bobby Peer, Shum Remodelers, Carl Shum is a New Providence resident. Net Love is tennis ball recycling, and 2 New Providence High School tennis sisters, Maggie and Lily Liu, are the founders of that company. And then also Paula McGraw and Suki Grover. The Historical Society had our annual dinner, which was really a great event. Saltbox Museum, Craft Fair, and the cemetery tours are coming back. So go to their website to find out information on that. Next Board of Health meeting is coming up, so that's all I have.
If you get a chance, take the cemetery tour. There's a lot of history at the Presbyterian Church.
And it's appropriate for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a good family event.
Pete?
No update to report this evening.
No? Matt?
Two items. So I stopped by the cricket pitch and we made the final payment for the prep. So it's totally prepped, ready to go. I think we're just waiting right now on the turf to come in that we approved a couple of meetings ago. So once the turf comes in, it'll be installed and they're ready to go. So be prepared to cricket.
Invited to cricket.
Matt, you're gonna have to keep us posted when we have games.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we have to go to the first game.
And I did want to just mention, I want to thank Chief Henn. He gave Councilwoman Bliska and Councilman Cogan and myself a tour of the police department. Very interesting to see the state of the union in our police department. Over the years, they've kind of grown into a, hodgepodge of rooms and storage and the locker system that they have is, something that, definitely was eye-opening for me. So it was an interesting tour. So, as we continue to tour our facilities and look for ways that we can make our infrastructure better and specifically, the people who work, in our buildings, have a nice working environment. So I just want to thank Dan for that and look forward to next steps.
Maybe?
I'm going to keep the motion going with the police. So in addition to the bike auction, their event on Saturday was the police and community together. They had it last year as well. And it was really just an open house where they did have the bike auction, but they also did the drug take-back program that day. It was also an opportunity for people to come and meet the police. They had the trading cards out. It was an open house. And they kind of really gave out some nice items to the public. We ran into a resident there who got the trading card for the mayor and went and took a picture with him. So it was just a very nice community event where people got to, mingle with the police who were there. So thanks to the police department for doing that. And other than that, I think my other two big committees have talked tonight. So nothing else for me.
Alex?
Yes, we have engineering meeting coming up next week. What I wanted to mention this morning at 7 a.m., Councilwoman Bliska and I got to tour the wastewater treatment plant with Tony, and I believe
And we went on Saturday.
you guys went as well on Saturday. But when you walk into the plant, I've walked into plants for about 30 years of my career. You always can get an immediate impression. First impression goes a long way. And this is wastewater treatment plant. So some people might say it's a crappy job, but sorry, had to do it. But you can eat off the floor in any building that he manages, that Tony manages. He has tremendous pride in what he does. I think he's taking great care of the plant. My initial thoughts before going there was, it needs a lot of improvement, it needs a lot of work, and it does. It definitely still has some challenges. But in the last several years, he pointed out to Diana and myself all the improvements that he's making. There's a lot of old pumps. There's nothing wrong with old equipment as long as you maintain it. I'm a big proponent of that. Tony definitely knows his way around. I think another great asset that he provides is he's training a lot of the younger staff there. Definitely sense the whole mentorship. I think our plan of attack, as I've learned from Bernadette, definitely some big issues that we'll have to look at in the next few years. But I think through the capital project deferred maintenance allocations that we have, I think we are lined up really well to get that thing back to a really modern facility. There's two real big projects that he has to do. One is the main holding tank, which I think will need a qualified, specialized engineer that he'll use over the next few years to address that. And then modernizing some of the motor control centers, which parts are not available, but he's definitely stocked up and has done the right thing. I'm here to say that I think we're set up quite nicely there under his guidance and his leadership. And I think we have a great asset and a gem there. Unfortunately, I'm sure in 5 to 10 years, retirement might be coming, but hopefully he'll continue to mentor and we'll have a good transition over several years. But it's in very good shape. I was completely impressed. And as I said, I've been through plants all my whole professional career. And this one ranks right up there for me.
We should have our little PSA though.
Yeah, no, and thank you for reminding us, Diane, that we talked about this bar screen. As Tony mentioned, 10 years ago, before wet wipes were available, there had to be a lot less maintenance, a lot less screens to clean. Now, I believe he does it 3 times a day through his team, 4 times a day.
Because even at
So,
night.
and as Diane said, that's definitely an education opportunity for us, whether we do it at the elementary school level, whether it's through our new website. There's definitely going to be opportunities to train the public on what's biodegradable, what's not, and what breaks down quicker, and
What you should not flush.
what you should not flush down the drain.
Or pour down your drain. Grease.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna add to that a little bit. I mean, Nadine and I went on Saturday, and whenever we go there, I'm always like blown away just by the magnitude of that operation, and the amount of work that they do. And there's 4 of them, that do all of this, and they are extremely talented. I mean, they're part scientists, part environmentalists,
Chemists.
part chemists, right? Part mechanics. They do everything, and it's just like very impressive. And they're professional, and we are very lucky to have them. And Tony is doing a great job of, like you said, training the younger guys. So hopefully we're good there.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna continue with just a word about the library board. So we did meet last week. The last meeting, I said that we had applied to join the main consortium, which would allow our library to join sort of like a bigger group, right? And have access to more resources, more subscriptions, more books, more different programs. So I'm happy to say that we were accepted unanimously this past week. So we are now part of the main consortium. Migration will be starting soon. I think this week they're going to be evaluating the IT situation. So part of this lovely process is that they send their IT people over to us and update and fix and do whatever has to be done. Instead of us spending money to do it, they will take care of that. So we're really excited about that. Stacy Nish is our new director there, and she's just incredible. She does such a great job of networking and developing relationships, going out to the community, talking to residents, getting them active, involved, and excited about the library. So this borough is fortunate to have the people that it has, and she's one of them. So another thing was the state of New Jersey sort of put out a strategic plan of their own, and they're calling it Life Happens at Your Library. So they are going to be sharing the research that they've come up with to all the libraries to spread awareness of the library and all the programs and all of the resources that are available to you through the libraries. So they're going to be doing some social media campaigns and engaging with the community, so.
Okay. At this time, we have public comments. Anybody wishing to address council? Okay, Kathleen.
Good evening. My name is Kathleen Dolan. I live at 12 Laurel Drive. You just mentioned IT. I would like to provide some comments regarding the work going on to update the borough website. As we all know, many New Providence residents use the website to get information on borough activities and access forms or ask questions on the action line. The borough posts a lot of community information on the site and encourages residents to use it to get the information they need. It can be challenging to find what you're looking for. The search function is not always helpful. I'm sure that's a big reason why there was money allocated to update the site. However, there doesn't seem to be any information on the site about how the update is going or how the site may be changed. I've been through many software updates in my career, and I wanted to see if I could help. But I couldn't find information on the website about who to call about the website. So I sent in a question on April 10th through the action line by clicking on website. My question was, I've heard that the borough is working on a website redesign update, and I'm wondering if there's a plan to include input from residents on the system requirements or user acceptance testing prior to release. The answer from Cindy Reese, Public Information Officer, was, thank you for your inquiry. There is no plan to include input from residents. We have an internal committee responsible for the new website. That wasn't the answer I was hoping for. So I followed up with another action line question. Hi, Cindy, thanks for your response regarding the plan for updating the borough website. I'm sure you have some feedback from residents to work with, but I think it would be helpful to include a small group of interested volunteers to support the changes, as I would imagine that residents are the primary users of the public-facing platform. If that is a possibility, please let me know. I would be happy to help. What is the targeted release of the update? Cindy's response was, we don't have a volunteer committee for the website development, but thank you for your offer. The website is scheduled to launch early summer. We will keep the public apprised with any changes or updates. So even though the members of the internal committee, I assume, are most likely New Providence residents, based on this exchange, it doesn't sound like the borough internal committee is open or willing to consider involvement of non-borough employed New Providence residents in the effort to improve communications between the borough and its residents. I'd like to respectfully ask the mayor, the council members, and the borough administrator if they all agree with this approach. And if not, can we revisit this decision and get some input from other residents before the update is released and potentially found to be not the measurable improvement we're paying for?
That I will, I'll have to talk to the administrator, and I think we're working with a company, right?
So Kathleen, we've been providing updates on the website at these meetings for probably the last 6 months or so. It's not an update. We are going with an entirely new company that is very well known in the municipal sector. It's Civics Plus. It's the company that's used by Berkeley Heights, Summit, Mountainside, mostly anybody probably in New Jersey. If you click on their website, it's that company. It does provide handicap accessible and an ADA compliant components to the website, which is one of the reasons that we were updating it in the first place. And while the public does use the website, there's an entirely other side to the website that's used exclusively for borough employees on the back end. So, that's password protected.
Right.
So there are two components to it. And at this point, we're about 5 weeks away from launching. So we're in the final design phase. We're not in the beginning. We had an anticipated launch date of May 22nd. When we started looking at the calendar as to where our borough council meetings fall, our agenda is produced through the website as well. We're probably going to push it out to early June just because of the timing of when we meet and when other boards and committees meet that rely on the website. So at this point, where all of our stuff has been exported, we're really very far down the line. Like I said, it's not a refresh at this point. It actually is a brand new website.
Right, so can I follow up?
Sure.
I'm just wondering what input you got from residents in order to inform your requirements?
So we looked at various companies that are out there that provide what we need as borough employees. So agenda building capabilities, storage needs, filing and stuff like that. And there are very few companies that actually do that within the United States. The company that we had been with has been sold probably 2 or 3 times since we originally signed on with them, which led to all sorts of issues, as probably everyone in the borough is aware of. Right down to how it looks, how it functions, how it searches, how it, we are very well aware of all of the downfalls of that particular website at this point. there wasn't a lot of choice for us. Again, for the needs of the borough, not necessarily the public facing portion of it, but the back end of it.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Okay. Anyone else wishing to address council? Seeing no one, I declare the public hearing closed. I need a motion for items 1 through 20, please.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Belisca?
Aye.
Mr. DeSarno?
Aye.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Cogan?
Yes.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Okay, can I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second that.
Happy
Um,
birthday.
Happy birthday, Denise. And I just want to say once again, please be careful out there on the streets. There's a lot of construction going on, and please be patient and careful. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No? So be it. Thank you.
Thank you.